Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to our next Clash Holes video. Today, instead of doing a war recap or showing you an attack, we are actually going to be doing a rating video. I know a lot of people in the Clash community have been having issues with the way that people have been getting loot and how much loot is available, how raiding is working, farming in general. Ever since this most recent update, there's been a big uproar about it. Anyways, I wanted to show you guys how we're doing it over in my clan, how my guys are doing it, and because we're actually having some pretty decent success. Now, granted, we're still in the middle of the 1 gem boost, which is really helping getting good raids, because a lot of people have full collectors or full collectors. But still, I mean, we're using a bunch of different attacks. We're in a bunch of different ranges, and we're all doing it. It seems to be we're all doing it in different ways. So I just want to give you guys a little bit of insight into that, and I'll show you guys what we are doing, and hopefully maybe you can use some of those same things for when you do it. And I think a big thing that a lot of people overlook is having your trophy number and your trophy shield representative of how you want to attack. I mean, like if you're a Town Hall 8 and you're trying to do, giants and wizards, well, then you probably shouldn't be in Masters League. You're going to get crushed. You're never going to win, and you're going to, get attacked left and right all the time. And at the same time, like on my big account, I'm basically just attacking. I'm working my way up into champions again right now, because the loot bonus is big enough there that alone pays for my army. So anything that I steal is just above and beyond. So anyways, before I get into this, Supercell today made some announcements. I don't know if you guys have already heard of this, but they've made some announcements about changes to the loot system, just a couple of additions. And so I just wanted to cover those real quick. Just a real brief overview. If you want more details, go hit up Chief Pat's page, and he's got a little bit more on that. But the first thing they're going to do is the star bonus, and it's basically like a daily bonus. As long as you get 5 stars in a day on normal rating attacks, not in war, of course, then there is going to be a bonus for you. Now, I don't know if that's going to be different based on your trophy level or your town hall level. Chances are there will be tiers of it, but that's what they put out for that. So that'll be just a way to encourage you to raid, more than once or twice a day. The more you raid, the more likely you are to get that daily bonus. And if it's significant, it'll increase the amount of raiding activity people have. So that's good. The next one is they're going to put in your clan castle a treasury. Now that treasury, I don't know if that's going to be the same style of, we already get our war loot in there. And, you can see I can hold 1.3 million of each in my clan castle right now. I don't know if those numbers are going to increase. It seems like they might need to in order to do what they said it was going to do. But anyways, your clan castle is going to have a treasury, and that is going to be, quote-unquote, the most secure location where you can keep your loot. Once numbers come out about how that works and if that gets added to your available raid numbers like it is right now with your clan castle, as soon as I have that information, I'll put that out there. But your star bonus that I talked about a minute ago, that will go to your treasury, and your war loot, which already goes to your clan castle, that will go to your treasury. And also your loot cart will go to your treasury. Now your loot cart, that's the third thing that they're changing, and basically it's going to be like a refund. Like right now, I think once you hit level 5 or level 6 clan, you get a refund when you donate troops. It's kind of like that, when you get attacked, it's going to take a certain percentage of how much was stolen from you, and it's going to put it in a loot cart somewhere outside your base. I guess kind of like a gem box. I'm not really sure. And that loot cart will hold, whatever that percentage is that you can go and then you can recover. It's going to have a max, so it's not like you could just let it build up for, months. I'm pretty sure the intent is if you're active and you're online 10 minutes after you get attacked and you see it, then you can recover some of that losses. So what this is going to do, these three things, basically they're going to give you more loot with the star bonus, and they're going to help you protect your loot better with the treasury so you lose less loot. And with the loot cart, if you're active, you're going to be able to recover some of your lost loot. So all of these things will help you get loot, save loot, and lose less loot without affecting the attacker's ability to get loot. So it's not going to hurt the attacking farmer, and it will help the defending farmer. So I think, depending on the numbers and how it works out, I think this is going to be, a step in the right direction as far as making the whole loot system work for everyone. Okay, so let's check on our war real quick. Oh, Iceman's in on 2, or in on 1. Nice. Okay, we'll do a war recap later. Let's not do that now. All right, let's go into some loot attacks. I asked my guys to start sharing some. All right, let's see what we got. This one, I've only watched a couple of these, so I don't know what we're going to get. We'll start at the bottom. Oh, okay, so we got Little Lumber here with a BBQ mass drag attack. Now, Little Lumber's account is almost a max Town Hall 8. He's just got a few defenses and a few troops left to go. So, really doesn't care at all about purple. BK is already maxed out. Golems are already maxed out. And Valks, I think, are actually cooking right now. So not really much left for Dark Elixir either. All he really cares about is the gold. And you can see this one had over 400,000 gold. And, I mean, it was pretty decent on the purple and the black, too. But really simple attack here. Mass Dragons, when you don't care about purple, they're relatively not expensive. They actually cook faster than a balloon army, believe it or not, especially when you take into account that you'll have 2 dragons cooking down in 25 minutes each or whatever it is, while you're doing your attack or while you're sleeping or while you're offline or whatever it is. So you have 4 of your 10 dragons, She, for the most part, doesn't do a lot of wars. She's more of a farmer. She likes to donate. She's also my fiance, so she gets a pass, at least until we get full, and then I might have to kick her out. Sorry, dear. It's been a good one. Anyways, as you can see here, she is going basically with, I don't know, it's not BAM because it's got goblins. I don't know, we could call it G-BAM? I don't know. Anyways, barbs, archers, goblins, minions, heroes, rage, jump, and poison in case she runs into a clan castle. As you can see, this base is relatively abandoned. I know they've started taking out the abandoned bases, so it can't be abandoned for that long. But based on the clan or the collectors all being pretty full, probably nothing in the clan castle, which is nice, so she doesn't have to worry about that. So she just goes around and starts picking off what she can get for really cheap. most of those collectors. She gets that Town Hall because that does hold one maxed out storage and 25% worth of your Dark Elixir. So, I mean, there's a lot of value in getting that Town Hall. And it's just a nice little pickup on her part. Didn't spend very much at all. A really cheap army to cook up this way. And, you know, she gets a couple 100,000 of each. So go ahead and fast forward. Oh, she drops in her queen there at the end to try to pick up a little more. I think she was trying to go for this dark right here, but couldn't quite get there. But she still had a real nice score, and ends up with 14 cups to go with it. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, so here's D37. He's actually been crushing it in wars recently, so good for him. And he's got a pretty nice pickup here with the loot. So he's also doing mass dragons, so I assume he also doesn't need much for the purple. So he's only going after 185,000 gold and 636 dark. He brings 2 rages and 2 poisons. I don't know why he didn't bring a 3rd spell. Maybe he just wasn't done cooking yet. Gets to those air defenses on the outside there pretty quick with his dragons, and uses his balloons on the backside to take out that last air defense. And then there's not really a whole lot left to leave risk on your dragons. I mean, Teslas and Archer Towers, that's it. But as long as they don't get caught up too bad, your dragons will usually burn through that pretty quick. And as you can see, he gets pretty much all the loot. Let's go to ×4. Ends up with, looks like he's going to get 100%. I didn't really look before I started it. There we go. Alright, so you can see, I mean, we've done 3 attacks so far, and, you know, they've all been like 500,000 loot or more. Some even more than that. Alright, let's look at Jocko, who I like to call Geico. He's also shooting for about 500,000 loot plus 1,200 dark. He's actually going in with Giants and Quakes, backed up by Barb's Archers and Goblins. Ooh, they put a couple of tricky Teslas outside here. That's interesting. So he throws in his Barbs, backs them up with Archers. He's going to try to clean out some of this riffraff. And then I imagine he's going to send Giants up the gut. So that way his Giants clean out most of that stuff, and then he sends in the Goblins to take out that Dark Elixir. That was his goal there, was to get the Dark Elixir. Unfortunately, most of the Dark Elixir is in the drills here, not in the Collector. His Archers start picking off this one, so that's nice. He's got another one out there. That's pretty, I think a single Archer has free range on that. I think maybe he missed it there. Dropped 1 Archer at the beginning of your raid, like right there. And probably picks off that drill for free. That would have been an extra 120 Dark Elixir. But still, picked up a nice little score. And 59%, 2-star, 9 trophies. Good job, Geico. Alright, Neb. Let's see how Neb does. Bad attack, good loot. This should be interesting. Alright, so Neb's one of our Town Hall 9s. Oh, this base looks like it's been abandoned for a couple of days. It's got crossbows that don't have any elixir in them, and it's got a bunch of full storages. So he just starts surrounding. We're gonna do most of these in ×2, just so the video isn't so long, because there's a lot of them. Starts surrounding the base with Archers. Picks up several free storages. Oh, that might be free with an Archer in the corner too. I'm not sure. That mortar might be able to pick it off. Ooh, sends in the Giants. Take out that Whiz. And then hopefully that mortar as well. That air defense is going to get in the way of his healers. But they get to that pretty quick. So he still has 1 healer that lives. That's really nice. Start sending in some Barbs. Trying to get that drill. And this base had a lot of loot. Let's see how much of it he can get. Sends in some wizards with the heal, so that way that mortar can't kill them. That's really nice. Gets off all those. ends up with over almost 700,000 loot, plus the I don't know what the bonus is in Crystal 1. Like 55 maybe? Yeah, so now he's up at almost 900, almost 800,000 loot, with the bonuses and stuff. Nice job, Neb. Alright, let's go see the next one. Here's another little lumber. Another Masked Dragon. As you can see, 800,000 loot. And again, all he cares about is the gold. So, as you can see, the air defenses are all low level and outside, really easy to get to. So, doesn't even use all of his dragons, just use 6 of them. Immediately takes out the Tesla and the air defenses in the corner, then drops the Barbarian King to take out this last one before it gets in range of dragons. And then 6 dragons just wipe out this whole base for 800,000 loot plus a couple hundred dark elixir. Probably could have used just 6 dragons, just 4 dragons if you wanted to. But gets the job done real quick. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Another Ray. And she's doing the same style attack, which is basically bam with gobs. And bringing gobs nowadays is really important if you're barching or bamming or whatever you're doing, specifically because they will target the town hall. So when you have a base like this with your town hall outside, really the only thing in range of here is that one archer tower, this one right here. So if you dropped 30 goblins on that town hall, you're going to pick it up and you're going to take 25% of all their resources that are in the storages, not in the collectors. Now this base probably doesn't have much in the storages, they're mostly all in the collectors. So probably not going to get a lot out of that one. But if you're high level and you're basically attacking for the bonus, then that's a good method to use, although there aren't very many outside town halls anymore at high level. And if you're low level and the base isn't abandoned, there's still a ton of town halls outside at low level. So it's definitely something to consider. So she's basically just dropping her archers and her minions around the outside to try to pick up the relatively undefended drills and pumps and mines, and does a pretty good job. Gets a lot of these. Oh, there's a hole there. Oh, I didn't see that. She obviously did. There's a hole right here in the wall, and sends her goblins and then her BK in to take out that gold mine, which she didn't quite get, but she got most of it. Either way, I mean, she's already at over 600,000 gold and elixir. So, nice attack on her part. Used 0 spells. So, I mean, it's nice when you can get a raid with a ton of loot and not have to use your spells. It saves you on cook time later. It saves you on how much dark and purple you're spending. Alright, let's see what Rooster gets. Alright, looks like 275, 200, and 1200. And he's doing a holo. You don't see a lot of holo raids. He's probably doing this attack as more of a war practice and just happened to find a base with good loot, so might as well war practice on that, right? Anyways, he's got, what's he got? 1 heal and 2 rages cooked. Assuming those rages are mostly for the balloons, plus the haste. And his clan castle looked like it had max balloons in it. So he used his hogs to try to clear out the air defenses first, and then he rages his balloons to take out Archer Towers, Teslas, and to get that last air defense. You can see that haste down there. A couple of hogs made it, a couple of balloons made it, took that out, and just smashes this base really quickly. So, good for him. Once those balloons take down those last couple of defenses, his remaining troops, his queen, his king, and those balloons should do pretty easy cleanup. And ends up with a nice, 500,000-ish? Almost 500,000 loot? Not bad. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Do we have any more? Oh, here's another little lumber. Another mass drag. And you can see another, I mean, this is damn near 1,000,000 loot. It's 477 on the gold and 400 and almost 60 on the purple, 1,400 on the black. This one he actually does use his spells, I think. So he does the BBQ on that air defense right there. Drops a couple of dragons to take out that queen real quick. No spells required. And then drops the rage and the haste for those dragons, and then the haste for the balloons to get to that last air defense after the dragons have already taken out the second one. Take out the blower. Really, the only risk that's left here is that crossbow in the middle, which the dragons will get to in a moment, and Teslas. And so there's one Tesla over by this town hall doing a little bit of work just because the town hall takes forever, and there's only 2 dragons on it, and they're distracted by the king. But once that king dies, that Tesla will fall pretty quick, and the rest of these dragons will just work their way through this base without much problem. Let's go to ×4 because it's just going to get boring. Drops the king, mostly just to clean up the trash outside and keep the dragons on point inside. You want them to be taking out defenses and not worrying about garbage. Does not end up with the 3-star, but that's not the goal here. Does end up with about 1,000,000 loot. Actually, over. No, not over, but the bonus is really low here in silver. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to what levels people are at, but you've seen silver, you've seen gold, you've seen crystal. I don't know if you've seen any masters yet. Let's see, is there any more? Oh, here's a Crystal League Lumberhawk. Oh, I don't want to watch defense. That's silly. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, Fluffy. Oh, I'm gonna put it in chat, see if anyone else. Video. Ooh. Alright, so let's watch Fluffy, excuse me, not Luffy, that's a totally different person. Fluffy's been doing Super Queens, and he's been doing it pretty low. So he stays down in silver. And yeah, he's basically just been doing 4 healer Super Queen attacks. And as you can see, he brings wall breakers for penetration and rages to keep the healers keeping that queen full. Because ever since they nerfed the healers, you really need to use rages on occasion and the queen's cloak to keep her going. Because 4 just isn't enough. And once you get to 5 and 6 and 7, they just the returns are worthless. So really, unless you are anticipating having to replace dying healers, there's really there's not a very good reason to bring more than 4. So he instead of doing a traditional queen walk where she goes around the outside, this is more what we would call a queen charge, where he's trying to get to the core. And that's generally what you're going to do when you are raiding with a super queen attack, is more like a queen charge, because you want to get her to the core, which is usually where those resources are. In the event that you have all of your mines and drills and whatnot all full and your storage is empty, like some of these abandoned bases are, you might want to do more of a queen walk and save your wall breakers, not use them to enter the core. But on this one, that's not the case. You can see all that resource buildings are all right in the middle. So he does the queen charge, gets in there, and really, I mean, there's not much that's going to slow him down. He's got 2 crossbows, and he doesn't have any other point defenses on right now, but he's already eaten through so many other things that the queen is just killing everything, and those healers are more than capable of keeping her alive. So drops in some balloons and minions on the right side, mostly just to keep that queen on point. You don't want her backtracking, turning around. Does miss that Tesla, which is unfortunate, But it doesn't matter. The queen stays where he wants her and ends up taking down all these collectors. There's really no risk to the queen, and that's the other beautiful part about this attack is that the queen, if you do it right, takes little to no damage, and when the attack is over, she's ready to go for round 2. Now, as soon as I say all that, of course, she steps up and she dies. Mostly because she got in the way of too many point defenses all at once, and he didn't have the cloak anymore, and he was out of rages. But when you get to that point, and you know that she's not going to make it to that last collector, just go ahead and quit the raid. I mean, you don't care about trophies, you don't care about percent. The point of this attack, it's not a war attack. You don't care about any of that stuff. So if you think you're going to lose your queen, and you don't have any more spells or her ability to save her, then go ahead and quit it and see, you'll be able to just do the next one that much faster. All right, let's see if anyone else left one. Nope. Okay. Well, we're going to call that as the end of our video. And hopefully, how do you do? 2-star, yay. Okay. Hopefully, as you can see, we're in a real tight war here. We have 5 attacks left. They have 7 attacks left, and we're ahead by only 1 star. It's really tight. We've cleaned up already everything except for their top 4. It'd be really nice if we could pick up a star or 2 on those 3 Town Hall 9s remaining. We're going to give it a shot. We will bring you that war recap tonight, maybe tomorrow morning, something like that. All right, guys. See you guys around.